I want you to be confident going outside in the sun during the spring, summer and talking to somebody and knowing that your makeup looks good. Having your face being seen in public can sometimes be pretty vulnerable, and I want you to look and feel your absolute best and your most confident self, and I want you to have compliments on your skin and on your makeup, and I want you to look and feel amazing because you deserve that and you are beautiful. So let's amplify those features. Let's bring out your natural beauty. Let's give you my favorite. These are pretty much all non-toxic products. So let's go ahead and dive into the video and show you how I did this really easy to do makeup look. It's good for every skin type. It's good for moms. It's good for a 5-minute makeup look. I'm explaining a lot, so it seems like there's more than there is, but all in all, it's very straightforward. So I hope you enjoy. Very clean, natural. Another thing to mention is my mug, and I just wanted to share, not because I'm selling it, but because I love it. It's an Ember mug, and it has an app to my phone, and it connects so I can regulate the temperature, and it can just sit here on my desk, not on any type of charger, and it can regulate the temperature of my drink so I can chat and talk to you and not have to feel like I need to finish my coffee or matcha within like 5 seconds. So one of the best things I've purchased in a long time. This is the Typology 9-ingredient moisturizer, and it's my go-to for underneath makeup, every day, all skin types, clean ingredients. It actually moisturizes and it does all the things it needs to. So just a light layer of moisturizer for our skin prep. And when you do steps like this, to remember your skin is like a sponge, and whenever you put product on it, you can't just keep layering a bunch of stuff. It's just gonna film up on top. It needs to do its thing and soak in. So once this feels like it's soaked in, we can move on to the next step. I just went through my lip collection. I have so many that I got rid of because I just don't need them or I don't love them as much, but this is one that I kept. I was reminded how good it is. It's from Necessaire and it's for your lips, and it's just like a really good non-tacky hydrating lip that doesn't have any color, but it's kind of minty. I used to go to Bath and Body Works when I was little. They had this like really minty, tingly lip product, and this reminds me of that. So I think it's just like a little bit of a childhood feeling. Always, 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 especially in these months, we want SPF. We want SPF that has a high zinc count, and it's a mineral SPF. The difference is that mineral SPF will take the sunlight's rays and like bounce and reflect them. But if it's more of a chemical SPF, you can still get tan and it can still damage your skin. So we want to use a mineral SPF. This one is from Kosas, and it has hyaluronic acid, ceramides, peptide. It gives you a really nice glowy base, and it's not too oily. So just a good amount of that, and put that on, always putting your SP on after your moisturizer. And these two products lay together really well. They don't pill at all. My skin is just, it just makes my skin feel amazing. New Holy Grail foundation find. This is huge. I have been searching for a foundation that isn't too heavy for the spring, summer, that you can't see on the skin, that I don't need to wear a full layer of liquid during the day. It just, you can see it no matter what it is, honestly. So I want to talk about this Merit Stick, and I'm in color Sand. I don't need a lot, and if you do need more, like, go crazy with this stick because it's undetectable. I kind of just use it and erase the things that I don't want. So I'll just press it into those areas, and it will literally even out my skin tone without needing to put a full face of makeup on. It's amazing. And also, you can use a brush here, but I just find that dabbing it in gently with my fingers gives it an even more skin finished look. And I feel like I'm used to covering up everything in the winter to where I feel like I would need a full face. But remember, sometimes just less is more. And when you see someone with less makeup on, it's like, wow, stunning. If your face is more pale than your body, it's kind of difficult to do this spot treating, but you can always use bronzer and you can always use contour to kind of like give your face a little bit more depth, which is what I'm going to do, even though my body is just as pale as my face. Another thing is like my chin. I don't know if this is for you too, but my chin has more texture than the rest of my face. So I don't put powder there, and I try not to put too much product, even though there's a little bit of redness. I just like to leave it be. Just remember that you don't need as much as you think you do. I'm getting to the bottom of this. This is my contour from Westman Atelier, and I do still like to add this contour because it, like I said, adds some depth into my face and sculpts it out, which is really nice and flattering. So with my fluffy brush, this is from my F4 brush, and I don't know if you can hear this, it's jingling on my bracelet. I'm gonna get rid of it, hang on. I'll just go in here and put them in the hollows of my cheeks. And the reason I love this brush so much is because it can be used for so many different things, and because it's dual-ended, it's really nice for having one brush with you on the go that does everything. Someone asked me the other day how I store my dual-ended brushes, and I guess if you're watching, this is how I do it. My boyfriend's mom gifted me this, and I don't really know what it is. It like has these little holes, but I just like put my brushes here. And then from Hourglass, they sent me a bunch of brushes, and I have this. It's basically a tin, and some of them are dual-ended, and I just put them in there. But because I like wash them, it doesn't really matter, and they sit up nice, you know? They don't really get too messed up from being set into that little guy. So sorry, I can't tell you what it is or where it's from. I wish I knew too. Two favorite concealers that I've been messing with lately. One is from Kevyn Aucoin, and it's kind of like a skin enhancing all over. So you could kind of use this instead of the Merit one if you wanted to. It's very thick and pigmented, and a little goes a really long way. So I feel like it's just a skin correcting, like you can see if I do this on the back of my hand and show you the difference, you blend it in kind of like lotion, and it's a little bit thicker, but it just evens out everything. You can totally tell. It looks so much better. With my Nikki LaRose N16 brush, and just like dab it off the back of my hand, and use that to spot treat, and then use my fingers. Again, we went less is more here. And I just bring a little up onto my lid. I'm gonna just set that all real quick. Like I said, you don't need to, and I typically wouldn't if I was gonna go out in the sun, but if you want it to last a little bit longer, then a little powder isn't too bad, especially if you just apply it with a big fluffy brush and just knock off a ton. This is the Fair Pink color from Makeup by Mario. I'll just go into anywhere that I kind of get smile lines. Also, something I've learned is to put powder into your brows, and it will help the pigment. If you want to fill in your brows, you don't have to fill in your brows. I'm going to, just to show you, because I have learned a new technique from makeup artist on set, my friend Amy. Shout out Amy, she taught me how to fill in my brows with eyeshadow or with, you know, brow powder and a brush. And I used to always judge my mom for it, but I judged her for it because she wasn't doing it right and it didn't look good. This is how you do it correctly. So this is a color that I would go with because it's lighter than my hair. So I'm kind of gonna mix the two together and go with this angled brush, also Nikki LaRose, the N11, feather out a couple lines, and it is the most natural looking brow I have ever created. Even for the color that I am, if I do like a taupe eyebrow pencil, it's really easy to go overboard and too much. But with this, I feel like because we're doing such a light color, it just like fills them in really subtly, and it ends up looking like a perfect brow. I was like on set and she did my makeup, and I looked in the mirror, I was like, what have you done to my brows? Like, how did you do this? So she taught me. The pros know, they know what they're doing, and everything that I'm talking about on this channel, whether you know that or not, I've been a model for 10 years almost, and I've learned a lot from the professionals because when they do my makeup and it looks good, I study their techniques and then I try to practice and apply them myself. And usually I see the makeup artist again, so if I have any other questions, I will ask them. But I've basically collected the best of the best tips from every makeup artist that I've ever worked with. Brows are looking perfect. I also get, by the way, these little spoolies just on Amazon, and it comes with a ton of them. And that's what I use to brush through my brows like this to get all of the hairs and everything all blended together so there's no harsh lines. I've received an overwhelming amount of blushes that like, I love them and I love them all, and I love to mix them because I have so many different ones. So let's talk about some of my favorite ones that were sent to me. So this one's from Swede, and I think it's such a perfect cream, like pale pink, soft blush color. This is in color Cheeky, and it's so stinking pretty, and it's kind of moussey. It's not like, it's kind of matte, right? Like it doesn't have like a super, super wet blush. It kind of is more of a powder. So if you don't want a super dewy cheek, this is a really good option. Option number 2 is from Haus Labs. So I have 2 colors that I really like. This one is color Glassy Ginger. And then this color, which is really good for light contrast people, low contrast people. So these two are really pretty, but I kind of love to mix them together. This one's in Glassy Pomelo, and it's a really great blush, but as you can see, it's very, very different from the one from Sweet. So this is why we have to try them all. And then this one is from Mango People. A moment for this. I have never heard of Mango People. This is a new makeup line, I think. I don't really know for sure, but they're such good quality. They're in these little magnet kind of like chapstick tubes, lipstick tubes, but I have a highlighter and a contour and a blush and like everything. So you could kind of just draw all over. So this color is the deepest. So I like to mix. I don't want it to be like too deep for the summer, but I really like it because it lasts such a long time. So it can add a little bit of depth to this color. This one is Jupiter, by the way, from Mango People. I don't know, maybe I'll just mix these all together and see what it looks like. Because something I've realized is like, I'll get blushes and I'll be like, oh, that's way too dark. But the minute you mix them together, just want to show you, it should give you the most perfect blush color. It's like a custom color. But I'm not telling you to go out and buy all these different blushes. I'm just saying you can get creative with the colors that you pick, like an artist, obviously. Pretty, perfect. It's like the perfect cheeky pink. She's still hot. This is a brow gel. I haven't found like the brow gel. I feel like I'm still looking. Some of them are just like, you know what one I'm excited to try that Amy was talking about is the brow gel from Anastasia that's in like the tube, not the one that's in the little pomade. So she swears by that one and I'm excited to give it a go and see what I think about it. But this one's from Thrive. I don't not like it. It definitely, I looked in the mirror the other day and I saw that my brows were still in place, which is always a good sign, meaning it works. I am determined to get my brows to look like how Amy did them. A couple new highlighters that I'm so excited about. This one is from Mango People and it has a really pretty kind of like an iridescent shine that's really soft and subtle. If you can see it, I don't know if you can, but it's a very soft color and it's in Morning Light. This one is from Haus Labs. It's really sheer. For the high points of the cheeks, I feel like it doesn't move around my blush or makeup foundation at all, but it just leaves you with like this really nice, healthy, like glossy cheek glow. So for Mango People, I feel like having a nice shine versus like too much sticky tackiness sounds nice right now. Like if I'm going to be out in the sun on the beach, I don't ever really like to have glitter on my face because to me it just gives the I'm wearing makeup and this isn't natural look. So that's when the Haus Labs I think is kind of the perfect highlighter. Kevin Aquan eyelash curler. I also love the one from Shiseido, so go with whatever you want. The best, my number one, tied for first. I also like the Westman Atelier mascara, but this is from Swede and it's the Cloud Mascara and I want you to see the spoolie. I know you can get these on Amazon or the website. They sell it Free People, I think, Anthropologie. But Swede is a clean, non-toxic mascara and this brown color, is it dark brown? Yeah, it's dark brown. It's the perfect brown because sometimes the Westman Atelier brown is pretty, but it's like sometimes too light for me. And sometimes I want a little bit deeper of a color. So this is the best mascara. It's not waterproof, but I freaking love the spoolie and I love the color. Take a dry Q-tip right under your eyes where your concealer will crease because we don't need to put more powder there. Instead, we just need to like take away a little bit of the excess product and it will build up by the time you're done with your makeup. You wipe it away and then you should be good to go without having creases under your eyes. This is my favorite part. We're doing lips. This is the RMS Go Nudes lip pencil in Morning Dew. And it is such a pretty lip liner and it's like my favorite color. My friend Amy, a different friend Amy, was at brunch with me yesterday and she's like, all right, what's on your lips? This is amazing. It's like literally my lip color, but it just emphasizes them so subtly. This is the Merit Lip Oil in color Taupe and she's stunning. And I don't need a lot of it, but it just really does moisturize my lips and it gives it that little hint of color. So if you're at the beach, you want a little color on your lips, you don't want it to be too powerful. I feel like this is a good color for literally anyone. And that's it. That completes the makeup look. Super easy and straightforward. I feel like I explained a lot, but that could have been condensed into a 5-minute makeup look for sure. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any video suggestions or recommendations or questions. All I'm trying to do in my videos is motivate you guys to want to feel and look your best self, especially like out in the sun. I know it's like a very vulnerable thing to have the sun like beating down in your face when you have makeup on and you're talking to someone this close and you're like, I hope my makeup looks okay. Like I do that all the time. So this is just a sun-proof makeup look that I feel like looks good in any light, and that's really important, especially coming into spring, summer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.